chapter 14. On the Sabbath day, Jesus was in the home of a leader of the Pharisees. The people were watching him closely because there was a man there whose arms and legs were swollen. Jesus asked the Pharisees and experts of the religious law, "Well, is it permitted in the law to heal people on the Sabbath day or not?" There was silence. When they refused to answer, Jesus touched the sick man and healed him and sent him away. Then he turned to them and asked, "Which of you doesn't work on the Sabbath? If your son or your cow falls into a pit, don't you proceed at once to get him out?" Again, there was no answer. And then Jesus sat and watched, and he noticed that all who came to the dinner were trying to sit near the head of the table. So he gave this advice. If you were invited to a wedding feast, don't always head for the best seat. What if someone more respected than you has been invited? The host will say, "Let this person sit here instead." Then you will be embarrassed and will have to take whatever seat is left at the foot of the table. Do this instead. Sit at the foot of the table. Then, when your host sees you, he will come and say, "Friend, we have a better place than this for you." Then you will be honored in front of all the other guests. For the proud will be humbled, but the humble will be honored. Then he said this to the host, "When you put on a luncheon or a dinner, don't invite your friends, brothers, relatives, and rich neighbors, for they will repay you by inviting you back. Instead, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, and the blind. Then, at the resurrection of the just, God will reward you for inviting those who could not repay you." This is the word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.